Sealing the deal. 6 reasons why a baby will not make a man stay. My story, short version. I was about 13 years old when I was coming home from school and approached the front door when I heard loud laughter. I opened the front door to find my sister and 4 of her skanky friends sitting around the dining room table. My eyes were fixated on what was on the table. There were sewing needles and packages of condoms. There had to be at least 35 packages on the table. I couldn't figure out what they were doing. Then I heard one of my sister's friends say, "Girl, he ain't gonna never leave." Then she poked one of the packages with one of the sewing needles. These desperate, conniving, skanky hoes were poking holes in the condoms. My sister, aka Skank 1, was showing them where to poke the holes. This particular friend of my sister's, well, we'll just call her Skank 2. I knew of her boyfriend. I remembered him because he was in college to become a dentist. He always showed me kindness and gave me an electric toothbrush. It wasn't my birthday or Christmas. He was just a kind and thoughtful person like that. I never got to use it because my sister took it for herself. I was in my room when I heard him knock on the front door. He had come to pick up Skank 2. I stood in the doorway watching him. I thought to myself, poor guy. He doesn't have the slightest clue what Skank 2 was about to do to him. I saw him years later at Pantry Pride. He was a stalker. He said that was his second job. His first job was selling pagers. He never finished college and had 3 kids with Skank 2. And of course, they were not together, and he was drowning in child support. To my male viewers, stop being lazy. Buy your own condoms. And a little spiritual advice, stop eating everything from women you don't know, especially if it is red. Those that are spiritually awake know exactly what I'm talking about. Before we start the video, let's take a moment to reflect on how wonderful and brave you are with a short affirmation. I want you to clear your minds and take a deep breath, then release it. Now, with feeling, tell yourself, I focus on positivity for a better me. I am responsible for my own happiness. A happy, joyful life is being created for me right now. I am who I choose to be. I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions. Now, give yourself a big hug and say to yourself, I love you. Let's begin your journey to positive habits. It all starts with you. Enjoy the video. When it comes to relationships, it is fascinating how people have different approaches to solidifying their connections. Some may believe that taking a romantic getaway or exchanging heartfelt promises can seal the deal. Some believe that moving in together or getting married is the key to long-term commitment. However, there is a common misconception that stands out among them. The belief that having a baby with a man will automatically ensure his unwavering dedication and cement a lasting relationship. But let me ask you, is having a baby really the ultimate deal sealer in a relationship? Does the arrival of a child guarantee a man's commitment to you in a future together? The answer is no. And let me tell you why. 6 reasons why a baby never seals the deal. Number 1, lack of relationship foundation. The first and most obvious reason is the lack of a solid foundation. You see, having a baby does not magically solidify a lasting relationship because, at its core, a strong partnership requires a strong foundation. It demands a genuine understanding and appreciation of one another's individuality. Parenthood alone cannot fulfill these requirements. Think about it this way. A tree thrives when its roots delve deep into the earth, anchoring it firmly and providing essential nourishment. Similarly, a relationship flourishes when it is grounded in a strong foundation of love, trust, and compatibility. Merely adding a baby to the equation is like placing a delicate sapling on shallow soil. It may sprout, but without the necessary roots, it lacks the stability to weather the storms of life. Number 2, unrealistic expectations. The next reason why a baby does not guarantee that your man will stay forever is unrealistic expectations. Once you have a baby, it sets these crazy, unrealistic expectations on your partner, especially if the poor guy ain't ready for it. It is like a whirlwind that sweeps through your lives, demanding time, energy, and sacrifice. Raising a child is no walk in the park. It has sleepless nights, dirty diapers, and the constant juggling act of responsibilities. So, parenthood requires a level of selflessness and sacrifice that can test any relationship. But here is the deal. Only the ones fully committed with their hearts will weather the storm, not those who stick around just for the baby. So, it is not fair to assume someone will magically transform into super dad overnight. It will only be those who are ready for the commitment themselves, with no strings attached. Number 3, communication breakdown. As we have just discussed, when a baby enters the picture, it introduces a whole new set of challenges and responsibilities. During this time, effective communication is so important, yet it often becomes neglected. The exhaustion and overwhelm that often accompany parenthood leads to a breakdown in communication. Misunderstandings, unexpressed needs, and unmet expectations can start to pile up, creating distance between partners. This breakdown in communication can further strain your relationship and put it to the test. If your partner is only in it for the baby, this lack of communication can cause problems and misunderstandings that give rise to various challenging scenarios. Resentment can build up, leading to frustration and emotional disconnection. Simple misunderstandings can escalate into bigger issues, and unresolved conflicts can simmer beneath the surface, eroding the foundation of your relationship. Number 4, emotional immaturity. Emotional immaturity is the real deal breaker when it comes to sticking around after having a baby. You see, parenthood demands emotional growth and the ability to put the needs of the child and the family first. But if your partner is emotionally immature, it can make a lot of mess. Emotionally immature guys struggle with taking responsibility, managing their own emotions, and handling the challenges that come with being a parent. Instead of stepping up, they prioritize their own wants and needs over everything else. And here again, you'll face communication problems. Emotionally immature guys have a hard time empathizing and working through conflicts. They are more likely to brush things off or throw tantrums instead of finding solutions. And these types of guys will leave you once they find out that you are pregnant. So, if your partner is emotionally immature and you want to seal the deal with them, a baby won't help in this situation. It will only make matters worse for you. Number 5, shifting priorities and dynamics. When a baby arrives, there are always some serious shifts in priorities and dynamics within your relationship. And if you and your partner are not on the same page and ready for these changes, it can really put a strain on things instead of bringing you closer together. See, having a baby means your focus shifts from just the two of you to this tiny human who depends on you for everything. Late night parties? Forget about it. Spontaneous road trips? Yeah, right. Your time, energy, and even your sleep become devoted to this little human. But here's the catch. If you and your partner are not aligned with these new priorities, it can cause serious tension. Maybe one of you is not ready to let go of the carefree days or is not fully committed to sharing the responsibilities. This misalignment can create resentment and even lead to feelings of neglect or abandonment. This misalignment and shifting priorities and dynamics can even lead to the possibility of your partner leaving, believe it or not. It is a harsh reality, but it happens. If one of you is not fully committed to embracing the new responsibilities and changes, it can create a strain that becomes too much to bear. Having a baby requires both partners to be fully invested and willing to adapt together. It is about finding a new balance and supporting each other through the challenges that arise. But if your partner is not willing to make the necessary adjustments or feels overwhelmed by the new responsibilities, they might choose to walk away. Number 6, lack of compatibility. Lack of compatibility is another glaring sign that having a baby won't seal the deal and might even lead your partner to leave. Having a baby requires a deep level of compatibility and shared values between you and your partner. It is not just about love and attraction. It is about being on the same page when it comes to parenting styles, values, and goals for the future. If you and your partner have fundamental differences in these areas, it can become a ticking time bomb. Disagreements over discipline, education, or even the basic responsibilities of raising a child can create constant conflict and dissatisfaction. Bringing a baby into an already incompatible relationship will only magnify the existing issues. You will be pouring fuel on a fire. The stress, exhaustion, and added responsibilities can push the relationship to its breaking point. It is important that you assess your compatibility as a couple before making the decision to have a baby. Take an honest look at your values, communication styles, and long-term goals. If you find yourselves constantly at odds and unable to find common ground, it may be a sign that having a baby won't solidify your relationship. How to actually seal the deal. So now, let's get real about sealing the deal. Having a baby is not the only way to make it happen. There are stronger and more effective ways to solidify your relationship. First off, communication is key. Talk openly and honestly with your partner about your expectations, fears, and dreams. Keep those lines of communication wide open and make sure you are both on the same page. This will keep making your relationship stronger every day. And the secret tool here is to keep that spark alive. Take time for date nights, intimate moments, and shared adventures. Don't let the romance fizzle out amidst the chaos of parenting. You have to find ways to nurture your connection and keep the flame burning. If you do this, it is guaranteed that your partner will be there for the long haul. You won't have to worry about it. And now, let me tell you what truly seals the deal. It is not about having a baby or following some set formula. It is about being there for each other and showing genuine care. It is the strongest factor that makes people come back, even when they may not consciously realize it. When you are there for your partner through thick and thin, it builds a foundation of trust and security. It shows them that they can rely on you, that you have their back no matter what. It is in those moments of vulnerability and support that the bond deepens and solidifies. But it is not just about physical presence. It is about emotional presence too. When you truly care about your partner, you listen to them, understand their needs, and show empathy. You offer a shoulder to lean on, a sounding board for their thoughts and feelings. This kind of emotional support creates an unspoken connection that can withstand any storm. So, if you want to seal the deal, focus on being there for your partner and showing them genuine care. Believe me, you will be amazed by how strong your relationship becomes. Ladies, please remember this. You cannot force a man to love you or stay with you by having a baby from him. Learn to love yourself and stop seeking it in a man. That was all for today. I hope this video helped you in every way you expected it to. Why do you think having a baby does not seal the deal? Do you have any personal tips or advice to share that can help someone? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on loving yourself with positive habits from the Habitude Project. Stay positive and never give up on yourself. Thank you so much for watching.